So, we're going to play some Grim Dawn. Or at least that's the plan. That is at least the plan. I haven't played this since... since the game came out. Well, came out. It just came out. Full release, finally. I backed this Kickstarter back when I was very dissatisfied with the state of action RPGs of this nature in general. Diablo 3 most especially, and while they did kind of eventually sort of fix Diablo 3 to the point where I really liked it. Not that they could salvage that god-awful story, but do I want to go hardcore? Probably don't want to go hardcore for our first time out. That's probably pretty dumb. And there we are. Anyway, I haven't played this since real early access. And I don't entirely know what I'm in for because I haven't really been following it super closely. I've followed it a little bit, but not like a ton. My knowledge of this game is way outdated, probably mostly irrelevant and unhelpful. So this is more or less a completely blind play, and I only played for about 5 hours. So I mean, I'm not one of these people that has like, a ton of investment here. I did go through earlier, just make sure the game booted, which it didn't. Nice giant black screen. I had to do some fiddling to get that to work properly, and I eventually did. If you load it through the actual EXE, sometimes that works, where it didn't work through Steam, and then I was able to set all my settings there, quit out, and now I can load it through Steam. Go figure. Haven't looked at the key bindings, though, and this may be something we want to do once we're in the game. I don't know. There's a whole mess of stuff on here. Sure. Target pet control. Alright, well this is good enough for now. This is at least a start. So, we got our main campaign selected, we've got single player selected, and I want to do veteran. Because I like these games to be a little harder. I guess. Alright, well, let's give it a go.
We paid a heavy price, but the trap worked.
You seem surprised.
It's been a while since we've had a win. How long will it hold?
I've never entrapped a being like this, but the bonds hold, for now.
How do we dispose of it?
I'm just a witch. You're the soldier.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
How do you kill a spirit, though?
If you kill the mortal vessel while it's bound, the spirit may perish within. If it escapes...
It's listening to us.
What are you?
Others of your kind name us ethereal.
Why have you invaded our world?
Your world. We existed first, and were managed by your corrupt gods. Your kind opened the way, and now we return to reclaim what by right should be ours.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. Let's hang it.
Destroy this vessel, and I will find another. I have tasted its desires and emotions. Your kind is weak. You have already lost this war.
Do it.
Captain!
Cut him down.
What? Are you mad? Better safe than sorry.
The spirit has fled!
This is a human now.
The captain is correct. When they awaken, they won't remember a thing.
The ethereal was right. The war is lost. We're a resistance now, and we need every human survivor we can call to our cause. Maybe this one here can still die with some honor. If they ever wake up, send them to me. If they don't, bury him deep with the others.
Alright, well, that's new. For sure. There was no opening movie before. It's not bad. A little spoiled, maybe, on stuff like Darkest Dungeon, you know, as far as some of that sort of really stylized 2D art. And that stuff was okay, but it, you know, was a little, maybe, generic-ish. The voice acting wasn't terrible, but the recording kind of left something to be desired. Like, I didn't have much of a sense of place. It almost felt like actors in a studio, but this is just nitpicking. I'm generally impressed with the production values of this game. For, you know, being what it is. It runs a lot better on this system than it did the last time I played it, because I played it on another computer, which was woefully underpowered. Hey, look at that. Training dummy. Okay. Yeah, and there was no voice acting, and it was a whole different ballgame. So the fact that there's any of that stuff, and like this big rune thing here is new. I want to say, you know, this area looks a little bit different from what I remember, slightly. There's some more depth here. Maybe they added some more junk. I don't know, but it always looked pretty good. I imagine they've just done some spit and polish since I last saw it. Anyway, let's talk to Hangman Jarvis.
Still drawing breath, I see. You're one lucky bastard, I'll give you that. Best go speak to Captain Bourbon right away. He seems to have a plan for you now that we've spared your life.
What happened? How did I get here?
You were possessed. So we strung you up. Seems the spirit fled your body before your life ran out. I'd have left you to hang, but the captain had other plans. He sees some purpose in you, and I'm not going to argue.
Where can I find this captain, then?
He's, up the road, in the courtyard. Don't make me regret cutting you down.
I'll be on my way, then. And now we have an active quest to speak to John Bourbon at Devil's Crossing. I vaguely remember some of this. That voice acting so far seems alright. I mean, if it keeps up that quality, that's not too bad. Bridge repair site. I need stuff for this. This bridge once connected Devil's Crossing to the Arcovian foothills to the northwest. It must be restored before you can cross it, which will take 6 scrap and 3,000 iron bits. Not enough materials, so we're not doing that. No bridge for us. And it looks like it's coming up on daytime here. Day-night cycle. I don't remember if that was there from the start or not, to be perfectly honest with you. Chester? Chester does not want to talk to us, apparently. Alright. Have it your way, Chester. Nice, body pit there. I like that there's blood exploding out of the training dummies and going all over the ground. Those are some training dummies. What do we have here? Barnabas. Yeah, I remember you, sort of. And the Watchman. Okay. I can just walk right into him. Just, unceremoniously join physical body with the Watchman there. That's a little funky.
So you're the one we almost hung. I didn't really see a sense in it, but then again, no one really cares what old Barnabas thinks. You really should go speak with the captain. He'll be the one deciding whether there's a place for you here at Devil's Crossing.
Take care, then. I believe he has a quest for us later. Another busted bridge. Boy, these guys, aren't too good with the bridges. Alright, here we are. Let's see, I've unlocked a rift gate. Rift travel allows you to create a portal which you can use to teleport to rift gates found throughout the world of Cairn. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. I'm probably way too tired to be doing this, but as I said, I don't really care. So there's a rift here. Those let us, travel around and such. Fast travel. Another watchman who I guess we can just walk right through. Really wish they'd do something about that. That bugs the hell out of me. I can't stand it when stuff is so obviously gamey. Alright, kill a few zombies. He did most of the work there. Do you have anything to say? Nope. Yeah, I just hate gamey stuff like that. It's like, at least give these people some physical dimension so I can't just walk through them. Oh, look at that. I can walk right through this garbage here, too. That stuff just drives me bonkers. That's alright, though. We're not here to nitpick. Well, let's just talk to the captain here.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back from the brink of death. You were taken, possessed by the same creatures that have been reanimating these zombies here. Normally, I'd have burned you with the rest to be safe, but we've lost too many people to the dead. I need someone expendable. Someone with nothing to lose, but a lot to gain. Right now, you're that person. Prove your worth to me, and the survivors of Devil's Crossing may just welcome you.
What is it you want me to do after that warm welcome, calling me expendable?
The bodies of the dead are rising again in some horrible unlife. Corpses don't just get up and move around on their own.
Actually, I think they do.
Something is reanimating our deceased with ethereal energy. We have observed the dead for some time, and they appear to be flooding Lower Crossing from the burial hill, just beyond town. I want you to go to the burial hill, find whatever is controlling these abominations, and destroy it.
Where can I find
You
burial?
need to fight your way through Lower Crossing. Once you've crossed the stream on the far side of town, there will be a beaten path leading up to Burial Hill. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'd be asking a lot of my people to welcome you with open arms, too. Help us in our hour of need, and I will open Devil's Crossing to you.
I'll find what's reanimating those corpses. Of course I will. I did do that the first time I played, so, some of this stuff has not changed. I think that was about as far as I got, though. I had some issues with the game at that point. It wasn't running correctly. There were some errors and bugs I had to contend with, but... Okay, so this guy's not going to actually talk, because he's not good enough, I guess. Oh, look, it's the possessed one. Tell you what, I've got something that needs doing, and I'll pay good to see it done. Not quite sure you've got what it takes, but come back with some blood on your boots, and maybe I'll reconsider. Just try to make sure it's not your own blood. Alright, then. Yeah, I do recall that guy as well. And I believe Barnabas now will say something to us. Maybe
You're
not.
the one we almost had.
Apparently not. Could have sworn that was different before, but maybe that's changed. Can't talk to you guys. I suppose we could at least, look at our inventory and such. Got a bunch of crap. Salt bag? 5% less damage from ethereals. That's interesting. Okay. Worn pants and worn clothing. Okay, that's what I set the switch to. Hey, look at that. Potions have long cooldowns that they can be used to quickly restore your health or energy. To drink a potion, click on the potion icon on the skill bar or press the assigned hotkey. Okay. Alright, we got ourselves a cloth cap, too. Tonic of Mending. Alright. Sure. Who doesn't like a good mending tonic? Fast regen. That's right. Converting to health when out of combat, allowing you to regenerate quickly between fights while your constitution lasts. Yeah, that's right. I didn't know anything about this. I don't think there was any such thing in the early version of the game that I played. I think that's a new feature they've added. My mouse has some issues. This was something I was explaining in my Devil Daggers stream I did the other day. Equipment comparison. Placing the cursor over an item will show a comparison of that item with your current equipment. Plus 2 DPS for this thing, and this is... I don't know what that is. A gun? Scrap metal buckler? I don't have the physical... I don't have the physique for it. But I can do the gun, I guess? Sure, gun and shield, why not? I like guns. Guns are cool. Let's do some guns. It is a lot nicer, I will say, now that this game is running better. But yeah, this may be a little bit sticky because my mouse is a Logitech mouse, and it has run into the infamous Logitech double-click issue, which sucks. Okay, poisony bug things. Yeah, I vaguely remember all this. To be honest with you, the first area did not strike me in any significant way. It was just kind of like, yeah, alright, it's an abandoned town with zombies. Like, not super creative, let's say. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love killing zombies in games like this. So, you know, it's alright, but... But yeah, just kind of very generic-y and... that's something I've yet to determine about this game. I really liked the look of it when it came out, when the Kickstarter went live, which is why I backed it. You know, and kind of enjoyed fiddling with it, but it was still real rough in those early stages. And after a point, you know, it looks a little bit more dated now than it did back when it first entered development. And some of the stuff, like some of the dungeons and such, are just kind of like, yeah, alright, it's a dungeon. It's kind of nothing to write home about. It's like, hey, there's some stone and some pillars, and, you know, it's just kind of typical stuff that you'd expect. But I have not seen a lot of this game, so my hope is that, oops, see, you know, there's some more interesting and unique stuff, which I certainly have seen plenty of things that intrigued me over the course of the game's early access development, just screenshots and, you know, what have you. Alright, leveling. When you level up, you gain skill and attribute points, which can be assigned. Okay, so now we get to select a class. Soldiers of the Imperial Army were trained to survive in the most hellish conditions and hold the line against the deadliest enemies of the Empire. Soldiers prefer the use of close combat weaponry such as sword and shield, but can also prove formidable with firearms. What a soldier may lack in outright damage output is made up for in fortitude and leadership. Pyrotechnic Masters of the Imperial Army Demolitionists are part engineer and part sorcerer. They were used to break enemy ranks and breach fortifications. With their devastating array of explosives and destructive magic, they usually prefer to fight at range, engaging enemies with guns, traps, and explosives, but they can also be proficient with melee weapons. I love the look of the Occultist. If I was going to just play something based just on the look, it would be the Occultist, but I want to say these are the pet guys, and that's not really... I did play a Necro back in the Diablo 2 days and had fun with that, but... once hunted by Imperial forces in an effort to control Eldritch power, the Occultist's craft focuses heavily on summoning and borrowed powers granted by the three witch gods, Bismiel, Soleil, and Drieg. Their diverse arts include abhorrent curses and spells that inflict damage with poison, acid, and entropic energy. Excelling with neither sword nor gun, they can use either to augment their offense. Nightblades were clandestine warriors that sold their services to the great houses of the Empire. Nightblades excel with all manner of martial weapons, but are even more feared for the deadly blade magic that is the secret of their trade. Nightblades are not suited to go toe-to-toe with the tougher enemies and rely on illusion to close for quick, devastating attacks, or fight from a distance with phantasmal blades. To Arcanists, the manifestation of magic is not some unexplainable mystery or the will of the gods, but a science meant to be unraveled. The pursuit of knowledge drives all Arcanists, always eager to discover a new technique to make their namesake. Arcanists whip ethereal and elemental energy to their will, creating devastating demonstrations of power that rival small armies. However, such raw force leaves little in terms of defense. And shaman. Hailing from the untamed Northlands, shamans were the spiritual leaders and guardians of their people, claiming an astounding attunement to the wilds and their patron deity, Mogdragen. Shamans are capable of wielding the terrible forces of nature against their foes and even calling upon savage beasts to come to their aid. Shamans excel in the use of brutal two-handed melee weapons, but can easily adapt to other tools of war when conjuring their primal powers. I have no idea. I have no effing clue. Oh boy, this is new as well. I haven't seen any of this. The devotion window allows you to spend devotion points gained by cleansing shrines. Each spent point allows you to unlock new bonuses and skills. So I kind of have a vague idea of this because I briefly watched sort of a video review thing, which, you know, just kind of gave a cursory explanation. But can't click that anymore? No. So I don't know, what class do we want to be? I love the way the occultist looks. Skill window allows you to spend the skill points you earn when leveling up. Right. I want to say I did go with this at one point when I played before. I think I started 2 characters. I did like a demolitionist and an occultist and just was kind of fiddling around. The evil eye thing. Curse of Frailty. Summon Familiar. Summon Hellhound. Kind of the usual summony type stuff. Sigil of Consumption. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a gun-toting soldier, but I don't know. The shaman. Savagery increases the intensity of your attacks with every strike. Building up charges increases the potency of the bonuses. Yeah, I know I have unassigned points. I'm still working on that. Voracious swarm which hungrily tears apart everything it comes in contact with. Call upon the beast god to bestow nature's blessing upon you and your nearby allies. Summon Briarthorn, Brambly Woods, and Wild Magic. So it's basically another Hellhound, huh? Entangling Vines, Wind Devil, Raging Tempest. I just don't know. I do like the whole gun thing. So, I don't know. Alchemical technique causes martial attacks to combust the air around the enemy. Well... I haven't looked at either of these yet. I don't know, at this point it all just seems like a crapshoot. You know, I don't know what any of this stuff really and truly does, and it would take way too long to go through these entire trees and read everything and be like, oh, I totally want this. I mean, I think I just had to pick something that seems, you know, just go based on the general thing that the class seems to do. This guy being like a big, you know, like barbarian type, I guess, with some spell type stuff to go with it. Pure spellcaster, roguish glass cannon, I guess. Pet guy, fire explosive guy, maybe ranged. Probably focuses more on, you know, the gun stuff. Yeah, I mean, it says right there, prefer to fight at range, and your more basic melee warrior class. I just don't know. Demolitionist is kind of appealing to me. It just seems so stock somehow, like just making things explode. Grenado. Alright, we're gonna go with the Demolitionist. Why not? Boom. Increase the number of points spent in the Mastery bar allows access to additional skills, as well as providing stat bonuses. Remember to learn new skills, as well as increasing your Mastery. So we now have access to this. We have Fire Strike, which is the thing that makes martial attacks combust the air around the enemy. Does that work with guns? It doesn't say. When used as your default weapon attack, Fire Strike inflicts additional physical and fire damage. Okay. Stun jacks throw an array of tiny electrical charge jacks that will temporarily stop enemies in their tracks. And blinding light temporarily confuses all enemies and disrupts their ability to defend themselves. How about that and that? Sounds pretty good to me. For now. So how do you drag these things? How do you... I thought there was a way to change this stuff. Oh, there it is. Fire Strike. And we can change R to Flashbang. That seems good to us. Yeah, alright. I gotta say it was a flaming pistol. Kill some crates here. Ah yes, there's our map. Can we zoom in and out on this? Yes we can. Those are all the people back there. Alright, good deal. Rowboat. Yeah, I seem to have a vague recollection of that. I think you can take the boat somewhere else. Let's see where it goes. Hargate's Isle. Uh-oh. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, I should not be here. We are going to get the F out. Shouldn't be there yet. That's a lot of dudes. And we do not have anything nice and explodey yet. So, I already came through here, didn't I? I did. Hey, nice destructible stuff. Nice touch. Even if you can't highlight it, you can still shoot it. Where to come through here? This is where the bugs were? No, okay, here we are. Alrighty. Does that poison me? Or is that just like decorative? I think it's just decorative. Okay, can't go through there. Hello. Rotting corpse. Novice tunic. I imagine that's better than what I've got on, yes? 12 armor, and this is 18. I do not have the required spirit. Oh, but I have one available point. Well, I'm still not going to have the required spirit, so that sucks. I don't know what these guys want. A demolitionist. I don't know what skills are better. Spirit, maybe? Oh, holy crap. I didn't realize it sent it up so high when you put 1 point into it. That seems weird, but whatever. Okay, get ourselves a new shirt. More good stuff. Scrap metal greatsword. What's that? I don't know what that was. Whatever. Let's see. Leather helm is better. Energy regen, but I'll take the protection over that, I think. Two-handed. Sure. Actually, swap this stuff out. But I'll try the greatsword for a little while here. Francis's gun and Francis's note. I believe I recall this. Oh, lore bonus experience. I'm trapped here. I realize now I'll die in this house. Margaret, I fear if you're already dead. I fear that you're already dead, and so it may not be bad if I am shortly to join you. If by some miracle you yet live, return here to find this now. Please know that I am not angry with you. I never regretted our life together, but now only regret that I lost my temper and spoke unkind words when we last parted. I hope you will not think me a coward for what I'm about to do. They're already in the house. I barricaded myself in this room. It is only a matter of time before they break through. All I can do now is choose the manner in which I will face death. I'd rather die a man than be changed into one of those horrid things or eaten alive. I will love you always, Francis. Okie dokie. I do recall that. Sorry, Francis. It's a rough way to go, man. Is that the ticking clock? Not anymore, it's not. Oops, that would be pause. Good to know, I guess. Wow, nice. Hand blunderbuss. Let us switch our stuff. That is 1 extra DPS, and that is 5 extra. Okay, so that's got some nice stuff on it. Granted skills, fireball. 8% chance on attack. Launches fireball at nearby enemies. That sounds great. Let's do that. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Alright, I'm into it. Francis had a nice gun. Anybody else home? Man, it sort of picks the stuff up automatically sometimes. Certain things, I guess. Draining scrap metal great axe of the deserts. Sounds pretty great. I've leveled up. Let's take a look at this stuff. Energy burn, fire damage, and burn damage. That thing seems pretty great for a melee weapon. So I guess we're swapping that out. Alright. We've got the Harbor Master's log here. I think I remember this also. And, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It disappears when you read it, I see. Okay. Autumn fawns are appearing early this year, but traffic remains unusually high. There is a steady flow of small craft coming down from Malmouth and other townships to the northeast. Some of these boats are barely afloat, burdened with what looks like people's every possession. These travelers, sometimes entire families, bring with them strange tales of wars and the unnatural. A bunch of hogwash riling up the soft townsfolk. Can't complain though, keeps the dock busy. Most are westbound, trying to get as far away as they can. The lads at the docks are starting to lose their nerves. Some have talked about setting out west themselves, but I've assured them this is all nonsense and will pass. Youth are easily caught up in the energy of the moment. Oh, and I still have... right, I leveled up again here. I could use this nicer shield if I have more physique. So I guess we can go physique, and... I honestly don't know if that's actually really any better. I guess it is. It looks cooler, so we're gonna call it better, whether it is or not. Play some inventory Tetris here. Okay. Did I go in here? I guess I did. Another dock. Nobody around. Why is this not there anymore? That's weird. I don't honestly remember what that does. What does that do? Temporarily confuses enemies and disrupts their ability to defend themselves. 25% chance of confused target for 35 seconds. Reduce target's defensive ability. Okay. That's where I just was up there, so... Got some nice boots. Scrap materials such as bolts, leather cords, and low-grade metals that can be used to fasten together items or structures. That's what we will need to fix those bridges. Probably some other stuff as well, presumably. Hello, what is that? Okay. Did I come up here before? Guess not. Wait, is this the Harbor Master again? Yeah, it is. Excuse me. Like I said, it's kind of too late to be playing games, but I don't really care. When you gotta play, you gotta play. Do enjoy the dynamic shadows. Okay, there we go. Scrap metal saw blade? Wait, are you saying... Oh, no, that's still the other one. I was to say, there's no way it's better than this, right? The draining scrap metal great axe of the desert. Which I should try using. This thing looks pretty great. I had nothing for it but just to go back, I guess. Ullman's axe. Cold damage. Generated, granted skills. Ice spike. Chance on hit. Don't know if there's like some sort of disenchanting type mechanic here. Or if you just sell everything. Patchwork jacket. It's actually not as good as what I'm wearing. Ah, yes, the swampy area. Yeah, I remember this. Sheesh. Scrap metal grips, heavy armor. Ugh. Gauntlets, I assume. Nothing here. Alright, well, before I go over there too far, I want to try and finish off the rest of this city area. Somebody's journal. I believe this is like the inn. Is that a boss? What is that? That's the wrong button. Yep. Screw this. play some baseball. Oh, wow. All of a sudden he just totally died. Food ration. What is food ration? I do not see food ration anywhere. I don't know what that is. Not a clue. Heroic spoils. Mutagenic ichor. Used in all weapons, shields, and caster offhands. Discharge from the creatures of Cairn infected with otherworldly energies. Some improved armor for us, I guess. Components apply bonuses to items and equipment and can be used and can be combined for an increase in power. Alright, so we got these leather pants, which are better. So I'll take those. This patchwork jacket now. Got 2 of those. Yeah, you automatically put on the boots, so you're good on that. An untouched meal, yeah, this is what I remember. And I want to say there was like a food critic or something whose journal is here. I don't know, something goofy like that. I don't even know what food does for you, but I should probably head back to town. Wow, look at this map. So much of it's revealed already. That's crazy. Like, you can see all this stuff right here. That's pretty cool. Alright. Oh, right. I'm supposed to be going back to Devil's Crossing. Okay, this is the shopkeeper dude, salvage dealer, yeah. Merchants allow you to sell your collected loot and buy equipment and potions. Right-clicking an item is the quickest way to buy or sell. So we sell, we sell, we sell. We sell, 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 sell. Lots of selling. I don't have enough physique for the heavy armor boots. All this stuff is worth like virtually nothing. Excuse me. Can't stop yawning. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. Guess I don't really need it for anything, so we'll just ditch it. Okay, this I guess is fine for now. Guess I'll hold on to the rest of this. In case I get the physique for wearing that stuff. And, I guess that's a good place to call it, because I think I'm just too tired to continue. But we got about just under an hour here. And I'll jump back into this tomorrow. We'll play a little bit more. It's late. Hardly anybody's shown up tonight, so I had to do something for a minute before I got into all this. And it's like, you know what? Grim Dawn released. Let's play a little Grim Dawn just to kind of, you know, get an idea about it and everything. So I'm glad we did it. I'd like to play more. I invested a fair bit of money into this Kickstarter. I got a decent tier on it. And I was a real big fan of these games for a long time. And when I decided to back the Kickstarter, I was like, you know, I really want another one. I really want another good, solid action RPG. And I ended up getting that in Diablo 3. It just took a while. Way longer than it should have. But eventually I did get a decent action RPG game out of that. But the trappings have just ceased to appeal to me. They kind of ruined Diablo. Diablo 3 to me ruined the mystique of Diablo in a lot of ways. Diablo 2, you know, those games were never about story or atmosphere, strictly speaking, but they did all that stuff well enough. And Diablo 3 just didn't. It just didn't. And it turned out to be okay, eventually. They did do a pretty decent job. And the adventure mode's really cool. It fixes a lot of those problems. But it got to the point where it just felt super grindy to me. And, like, all I was doing was kind of grinding for better gear and for more ways to screw around with my gear. And while I loved making builds in it and did play a lot of it, me and my girlfriend actually played a pretty significant amount together. And it's a really fun game, and, you know, crank up the difficulty, and it was cool, but it didn't have legs for me. Eventually I got to a point where I was just kind of done. So, you know, I kind of got a lot of that ARPG out of my system and didn't really feel like I needed a whole lot more. And to be honest, I still don't. So Grim Dawn is kind of in a weird spot for me, but I wanted to take a look at it. I wanted to see how the final product turned out. I'm fairly impressed with it. And, you know, I want to kind of get into it a little bit because, you know, once you start getting into the character building, that's where you start to see the game shine, and usually where the addiction comes in. You know, finding better loot and playing around with all those crazy skills and making a cool build. So we'll see how it goes. But I will certainly dive back into this at least a few more times, for sure. And hopefully see some more cool stuff, because I want to see more of the areas, more of the monster designs, that kind of stuff. Because I like a lot of what I saw, even back on the Kickstarter, and I know they've added a ton since then. So we'll see how that goes, but for now, I need to get some sleep, because I'm exhausted. So I will see you guys on the next stream. Have a good night.